When you drink a cup of coffee, you wouldn't believe actually quite how complex the process is. It's a process that can take 6 weeks to go from the very picking right through to the product that's ready for drinking. It all starts with picking coffee. Coffee grows on a bush and you have to wait until the coffee's perfectly red before you pick it. I mean, it sounds very obvious. We call them coffee cherries, and you want to wait until they're perfectly ripe. And if you do that, then you've made a really good start to producing quality coffee. Unfortunately, how it's done on the mountain usually is that people pick everything that's on the bush, and all of that can affect quality. And so it all starts with picking well. And so one of the first things we've done in our project is teaching people how to pick well. You pick the red cherries, and then the first thing that they do is they have a bath. Those cherries are then taken to what we call a pulping machine. And the pulping machine basically removes the outer cherry, the outer flesh. The beans, as they're removed from the cherry, are actually very sticky, and that sticky layer needs to be broken down. And thankfully we can do that just by letting those beans sit in water for about 2 days. They then get washed about 3 or 4 times. It's a very interesting method. Sometimes people just rub with their hands, but what we found the most effective is actually people stamping, and that friction just gets rid of the sticky layer very quickly. And also people seem to have fun while they're doing it, which is even better. So once that coffee is nice and clean and washed, it then gets put out to dry, and that process is a difficult process. So what we try to do is build these shelters where we allow the coffee to dry whatever the weather. We put them up on racks, and we do that to try and improve the airflow around the coffee so it dries evenly. The guys spend days just picking out any imperfections, all in the pursuit of excellence. And so any coffee that looks like it's somehow been damaged by insects or just isn't quite that perfect quality, it's removed. And then finally it gets roasted, and then you end up with a beautiful cup of coffee, hopefully. Most coffee in the world is roasted at the point of sale. So for example, if you drink coffee in the UK or the US, it would have been roasted in the UK or the US. And so most of our international buyers are interested in that green coffee. So coffee from our very mountain is being served in the posh coffee shops of Melbourne, which is really exciting. And you know, globalization gets a bad name and a bad press, but one of the exciting things is when people here actually feel a genuine connection to different parts of the world and know that their hard-earned, their hard-worked-for coffee is being enjoyed by people all over the world. So that gives us and them a real satisfaction.